back. It is your boy Grayzee
Recording in progress.
with Grayzee World Podcast, and we are back.
Uh-oh. I think we just lost Gray. And he quit. Okay. Do we have to stop and then
Oh, hit the leave meeting button this time. All right. we got family back here. We got Alex and Ingaz, and thank you again for coming. Grayzee,
Oh, my pleasure. Happy to be here with robot producer Chris.
and I definitely want to have a huge shout out to robot producer Chris, who has successfully completed his surgery and is with us in robot voice. What's up, producer Chris? How you feeling?
You are my minions. You are my
I gotta
minions.
say they look really good on him. I was not expecting them to be so. But
Yes. He went from an A to a D, and
yeah,
I
it looks
told him he was
amazing.
too much. But
You were
it was
wrong. You were wrong.
definitely not.
He's looking. The transition is going well.
Yes.
He's becoming a beautiful, beautiful woman.
Yes. Congratulations. We support you.
That's right. Elvira's got to run for her money.
Oh man,
Kiss.
producer Chris.
Kiss. Kiss.
We're so happy to hear from you, even though it's computerized. We're glad everything went well. We cannot wait to see you. Hopefully, we get to see you soon. As in, let's see that face. Do it right now.
That's right.
Like Zap and Roger.
For those who are just listening, we are all on a Zoom meeting. This is how we do our pods, and we usually can see each other. But right now, we have a beautiful portrait of Six Toed Cat Productions.
That's right.
And producer Chris.
That's right.
So it's very awesome. But we are here. We are
ready?
back. Yes,
you
we
guys
are
ready?
ready. Ready.
We are ready. I don't know if he's intending to say something else after that. But...
I don't know. we have to give it the pause.
All right, man. Let's get into it. What's the last thing you've seen?
The last thing I've seen is producer Chris.
Nice. Phantom.
The Phantom of the Opera. Man,
Producer Phantom Chris.
I love it so much.
That's awesome.
It is so dope.
I almost feel like he should do all the rest of your guys' pods in masks
I
going
feel
forward.
like that's the way it should be done.
That'd be pretty fire.
I think this is what needs to happen from now on. Look at him, dude. You look fucking sexy, bro.
Looking good. Looking really good.
Looking damn good.
Wow.
Happy to see you, man. You can't even tell. Other than the fact that you can't speak right now, you can't even tell anything went on as far as the surgery goes. I mean, I can tell a difference, but
Yeah.
it's a good difference.
That's crazy.
I'm attracted.
Looking good.
Looking juicy.
That's creepy. Straight up creepy. It's gonna be a year before all this went. Wow. That is wild.
It's going to be a year before all the swelling goes down and feeling comes back. A year, he says.
That's amazing.
But I mean, do you feel good about going through it and your decision on making this shit happen? Are you happy?
Sure.
Sure, he says. All right, well, that's fair. Last thing I've seen.
Oh, there it is. Wow. That's wild.
Why it is wild. So how's dinner been? I mean, that's gotta be rough. How much weight have you lost?
Oh yeah. I mean, everything's like been liquid, I think. So I ate raviolis that they were blended. Wow.
Blended raviolis, man.
Yeah. That's
That doesn't
crazy.
sound as appealing as it should. Pass.
Nah, no.
So I'm gonna get a penis enlargement next month. That's my makeover. That is,
I
that's
just
learning.
learned to use a straw 2 days ago. Wow! Holy
Damn.
smokes! That's wild. That's crazy. Grimachet.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I love it.
So for everybody out there listening right now, this is exactly like when a podcast does a movie, not a movie review, but when they watch a movie and then you hear people sporadically like throwing a little bit of information about the movie. That's what it's like right now. Like we wait for Chris to say something and then we're commentary. When you do movie commentary, you're like, oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't go there. Yeah.
Yep. That's what's happening. That's what's happening right now.
All right, man. Well, again, this is your pod, so you drive
our
it.
Pod. I don't know if you're aware of this, but this is our pod now.
I'm smoking on the inside. This is Autopod now.
He said smiling. He corrected it.
Yeah, I'm smoking on the inside.
We know what you meant, buddy. Smoking indeed. All right. Oh yes.
Oh man. So what's up, Gray? Tell me what you've seen.
I haven't seen shit, man. I've been watching. I got turned on to this show called Suits. Since I've been home, with my busted ankle, I started watching that show, and I am already in season 2 because I kind of really like it. It's just, I don't know, it's fun. It's a fun show.
I think that's the one with the chick who married the prince.
Yes, and
Meghan Markle.
This entire time I didn't know that, and then I'm like, this chick is familiar. And
I think she started on like The Price, some kind of, not The Price is Right. She started on some show with Howie Mandel opening up cases.
Oh yeah.
So I think
Deal or
she started
No Deal.
Deal or No Deal, and then she did Suits, and then she trapped the prince from.
Definitely trapped, but I mean she's hot though. I get it, but I don't know
I'm
about,
sure.
Giving up my royalties for her. But
oh yeah, no, she's got magical punani because there's
it has to be magical.
Wakanda forever.
Dude, she lays down and opens her leg and just like, oh.
it's gotta be because
it's gotta be
magical
there's that.
No other way.
And so how long have you been together now? It's been a while. I want to guarantee he's like fucking over it already.
I don't think it's been over 5 years. I think they got together right before the pandemic, and then I think,
was it really?
I think so. I mean, I might be wrong, but I feel like it's not been that long. The only reason I know about them and they're on my radar at all is because of all the recent troubles that they've run into.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Netflix dropping them, Spotify dropping them, and then not only that, but the Spotify guy talking mass crap about them. And so in that regard, it's been interesting watching their rise up and then their downfall.
Yeah, you were right. May 19, 2018, they had a wedding, so they had to been together. What, 2017?
Yeah.
That's some magical punani.
Yeah. That's some royal punani.
I was entertained by it. I think I was like, 5 episodes in. I'm like, this chick looks familiar, dude. And then, I looked it up. I was like, oh shit, I didn't even realize.
It's her!
The Duchess bitch.
You gotta have T-shirts made with that on there. Duchess bitch.
The Duchess bitch. If your coochie ain't as good as the Duchess bitch, I don't want it.
That's right. Only the best from me.
Disregard my entire family and its royalties.
For real. Oh my God.
Nah, fuck. It's amazing.
I've never seen Suits, but I talked about it with producer Chris. We were texting back and forth. Man, if you have not seen it, I cannot recommend enough Bullet Train.
Oh yes. So.
Oh my God, dude, that movie's awesome.
It's a very all right. I'm gonna give you a fucking my impression of this movie. Okay.
Oh, you saw it? Okay.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Okay.
The first time, I saw it the whole movie. I was like, I want to like this movie. I want to like this movie. This movie's fucking weird, but I want to like this movie. I think this is the first movie I want to say that I needed. I watched it a second time, full, and the second time I was like, I like this movie. It took me 2 watches to say yes, I like this movie. But the first time it was just like, dude, this is fucking. This is. It was weird, and I don't know. I can't explain it, but I like it, and it's definitely entertaining. And I think they're making a sequel.
They better be, because this movie made a ton of cash for Sony.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
crazy. It had a low budget. It was 78 million
Yeah.
budget, and I think the marketing was 50 million. And that movie ended up making almost 300 million in worldwide, and then another 27 million in DVD sales, like DVD and
Dang.
Blu-ray. So it made them some cash money for sure. But my barometer, like usually this kind of movie I don't watch with the wife, because she does not like violence, like especially not over the top violence. It's not her
Right,
thing.
right.
But when we were sitting there watching the movie together, and I'd periodically look over, and she was like giggling at different parts, I'm like, oh, okay, like there's something really good about this movie if it's hitting her like spot to like laugh.
Right,
And then
yeah.
when we were done with the whole thing, she's like, yeah, that was pretty good. And I, because I mean, it's over the top brutality, so it's very
Yeah.
cartoonish in the
Yes.
violence.
Yes.
But still, you're watching people get stabbed in the neck. You're watching,
Right.
But man, it was
liked it.
It was
It was
very
entertaining. It was different.
yeah. It had like a Tarantino-esque
Yeah,
feel,
yeah.
because they kept looping back to and telling you, opening up more parts of the story. But then it also had like a and this part made sense, because after I watched it, I went and looked at to see who wrote it, who produced it, all that good stuff, and it was directed by the director of Deadpool.
Makes sense.
So it made
Makes
complete
sense.
sense why it had that cartoonish kind of violence to it, and then it also made sense why Ryan Reynolds showed up in the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And so he had done Brad Pitt had done the same thing for Ryan Reynolds'
Yep,
Deadpool.
in Deadpool.
So then,
he was
so
the
then
Invisible Man.
yeah. So
That
then
was
he
awesome.
asked, "Hey, I need that favor back," and they called it for a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Was the so basically Ryan Reynolds didn't get paid for that cameo, and Brad Pitt didn't get paid for his cameo in
Yeah.
Deadpool. So it was just a favor to both of them. But I did love all the tiny, like, one of my favorite. I was dying, dude, every time the chick who was in Deadpool who played Domino,
Yeah.
she was
yeah.
in Bullet Train. She just kept calling him bitch over
Yeah.
and over. Yeah, dude, I was laughing so hard. It was awesome.
You know, I like the brothers.
Oh, the brothers are great.
They
Yeah,
were
I love that.
fantastic, and I
It
don't
actually-
the old spin-off show.
It broke my heart when you saw them both as little
Yeah.
kids, and
Yeah.
like the dude who plays Tangerine, I think.
Yeah.
When when he's a little black kid, like in front of the TV, and he looks behind him, and his brother's like laughing. I'm like, oh, like that broke me. I'm like, oh, I like I don't want to. A movie I think is magical when they make you like people that on paper you're like, everybody's deplorable. Like, and I even at one point in the movie, I told my wife, everybody in this movie deserves to die because they're all scumbags.
They're all scumbags.
But I really like those two
Yeah.
guys. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
it was awesome. Yeah, so it was a bummer to see Tangerine, or was it Lemon? No, Lemon.
Lemon.
I think Lemon's the one that got killed, and
Yeah.
then and I knew that Tangerine had survived because his brother earlier in the movie had been like, "Hey, you got to wear your vest," you know.
Yeah. I
and
didn't pick up on it.
Yeah, so then when he got shot up, I didn't say anything to my wife up until like when they put him in the bathroom. I'm like, I think Tangerine might still be alive, and she goes,
Right.
"Why?" I'm like, something about a vest, and
Yeah.
then the water wasn't to kill you; it was to just incapacitate you.
Yeah, they'll put you to sleep for a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so when Brad Pitt's like, oh, "You're the one who drank the water," even the Fuji water had its own moment in the movie.
His own
where
fucking
you
little
got-
fucking
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it was really smartly done. It's been a while since I saw a movie that I was entertained by, and I was like, oh, and I was telling Chris, dude, I watched Smile. That was very unhappy.
Were you unhappy with Smile?
No, it was just a very unhappy. Like it was a very nihilistic,
Yeah.
like depressing. I was at the
Yes.
end. I'm like, like, oh no.
Yes, Smile was
I-
definitely a depressing ass movie.
But-
I was like, Jesus.
but they did that was amazing.
yeah,
That
so like you got that off the first feel. Like I said, I was entertained the first time I saw it. It took me another watch, maybe because I was half asleep. Maybe when I watched it the first, I don't know exactly what it was, but I had to watch it a second time, and then that's when I was like, yeah, I wanted to make a sequel. This is good.
yeah. And, well, it makes sense too that it was as good as it was because it's based off of a novel.
Okay.
And then I went and read like the wiki for the novel, and
Yeah.
they basically like beat for beat they carried the story through. They only changed a couple of things, like they changed the instead of everybody being Japanese, they switched it up with different assassins being from different parts of the world, and then they gave everybody slightly different backgrounds, but they basically kept the entire spirit and foundation of the book. So you could see that all on, like the way it plays out. It was really well done, man. I loved it, and I loved like Michael Shannon's reveal.
Yeah.
And like the whole thing was phenomenal. I just really had a lot of fun.
Fucking Brad Pitt's aging like wine, man. I'm loving his movies more and more every time he comes out with a new one.
Did you see him in? No, did you see that Channing Tatum movie with Sandra Bullock where they go look for?
Yes. Oh my God.
Okay.
What was that?
Yeah, Brad Pitt shows up in that. Remember?
Dude, talk about a holy shit moment. What's the name of that movie? Oh, do you got a producer, Chris? Oh,
all
dude.
I know is when Channing Tatum showed up in the train and he's like, "Is this sex stuff?" I'm like, "Oh, this is another cup of coffee moment." Like literally, this is a like calling in favors, And
Yeah,
dude,
that was an entertaining movie. I did not expect it to be that entertaining, and
I don't get to say this enough to anybody. I love Channing Tatum.
No, I 100% agree.
I love that dude.
Yes.
The fact that he does not take himself seriously,
Yes,
he's willing to
yes.
like degrade himself. Like
Yes.
when I saw him pop up and This Is the End
Dude.
as the sex toy for
I love him.
for what's his name? Oh my! I was like,
Nick Rice.
what is happening? Like
Fucking G.I. Joe,
Tatum,
dude.
dude, he's like the most manly
Yeah.
dude, and the fact that he's
Yeah.
willing to go there, I'm like, oh, I love this dude.
He's fantastic.
He doesn't have
he's
ego.
underrated.
Oh,
Yes,
he's incredible,
underrated.
dude. Yeah, so it was awesome watching him pop up.
Yeah, that was yeah. So yeah, when Brad Pitt showed up in that movie, and he's just like fucking top 10 stellar fucking badass.
He's perfect.
And then
He's perfect.
bam! Yeah, he's just not anymore. I was like,
Did-
what the fuck?
Did you watch the end credits for that movie?
Ooh, I don't think so.
He survived.
No.
Spoiler. He survived getting shot in the head. Yeah. and
I
he
did
lets
not
go. He lets go of his grudge because what's his name? I don't know if it was Channing Tatum who got him shot or somebody else did, but he basically like, look, I forgive you. All right.
No way.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
not know that. I didn't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that
there's
had
a- there's a-
credit scene. So now I gotta
Yeah,
watch
there's
the
a
whole movie again just to see it.
Yeah. Oh, well, if you got it, you got to.
You know what?
Yeah.
What I did? Do want to talk about. I did watch Extraction 2.
Okay. I haven't seen any of the Extraction movies.
Okay.
You recommend?
I recommend. All right. Here's the deal. Extraction 1 for me was probably one of my top 10 action movies. First,
Wow.
with the action, with the story, and the character development, like it was a sleeper, dude. I've seen that movie a lot of times, and I loved it. I loved it
okay.
because there was an action. There was a stunt guy who directed it. He was doing stunts in Marvel, and then not Wachowskis, the Russos, because he was a stunt double for Captain America, for Chris Evans, and the Russos gave him a script and said, "Hey, we want you to direct it." So he directed it from a stunt person's point of view, and killed that movie. I love the movie so much.
That's the John Wick director's story as well.
Yes,
That dude
that's the
was a
same.
stunt
That's the same thing exactly.
dude. Those
And
guys know how
yeah,
to.
they
They
know how to
put it
film
together.
action.
Yeah.
So there was a in Distraction One. There was a I want to say 20-minute. It looks like a one take shot, even though they did editing tricks. It looks one take on purpose. Dude, I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. Now they did the same thing in Extraction 2, which was phenomenal. Extraction 2 for me, no spoilers. It felt like it was lacking the story. And
Okay.
they just went bigger on the action, and it was like, all right, well, we got more money, so let's just fucking throw it all at them. For me, Extraction 1, the fucking story is perfect. I need you to watch that. That is so great, in my opinion. I want your take on it.
Violence wise, how would you
Extreme.
compare it? Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you would put it in the John Wick level?
Yes.
Okay, because then I can't watch it with the wife. I'll watch it on my own.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it like John Wick is not her. Like she's like nah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
but-
I mean, it's not so it's not comical blood gore or nothing like that. Like the John Wick's, but it's definitely a gritty.
there's a lot of body counts.
A lot of body counts.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's definitely good. So
I'll check it out. I'm excited.
Extraction 1 is like it's almost perfect. It's so good, and I don't. You know what? I think why it was so good because I wasn't expecting it to be that good, to be honest. And I'm
Right.
like, holy shit, dude! Like, and so Extraction 2, I think it lost a lot of the heart it had with it as far as the story, but the action again, phenomenal.
All right.
So,
All right.
these are
cool.
action movies filmed by an action director, and you get your action. I just think Extraction 1 had a better story.
And what? It didn't get released in the movie theaters.
No, it's Netflix.
Okay, Netflix.
Yeah,
okay,
both of
cool.
them are Netflix.
Yeah.
So,
All right. I'll check it
yeah,
out.
I did watch that. I was super excited for it. I did watch it, and it was like the action was great. It was just lackluster story. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Cool.
In fact, after watching Extraction 2, I then turned and watched Extraction 1 just to get the feeling back. I was just like, I want that feeling I had from the first one. So then I watched the first one again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But that's it for me. I haven't made a trip to the theater, unfortunately. I've been slacking it. But life is life is a trip.
Oh, totally. I get it. All right. Hey, great. Really quick. I just want to throw this out there.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it. 6th grade math. Here we go.
Fuck.
I'm joking. Joking.
I'm out.
No,
Time
my
to
real
shit.
my real question. So, Indiana Jones, Oppenheimer, Barbie, calculator time. Out of those 3, any interest in any of them?
Oppenheimer, I'm interested in. Isn't that the one directed by Chris Nolan?
Yeah.
I'm interested in that one. I'm not interested in seeing Barbie until it hits DVD.
When your son buys it by accident.
Yeah, on accident. Yeah, he hasn't finished on accident.
You're like, damn, he bought a.
However, I will say I'm a huge fan of Margot Robbie. And
Well, come on.
obviously,
I mean, come on. Who isn't like?
but Ryan Gosling, I'm a huge fan of him too. I do like that kid. Not a kid. I think we're the same age. He just looks better.
Yeah, he looks like a kid. Yeah. I remember the first time she hit my radar was with that Will Smith movie.
Oh yeah. But again,
Focus?
the thieves. Yeah, right.
Focus. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, who is this? Like, whoa.
Wolf of
Yeah.
Wall Street, my friend.
I
That was her breakout.
I know, and I'm gonna tell you, I watched part of it and then I lost interest. And
Really?
and I'll tell you, I love the cast. Like,
yeah.
it's not like the cast isn't good, but I just couldn't. Not that I have to relate to movies, because there's so many movies out there that I don't relate to at all. They're just for entertainment. But there
Right.
was nothing about that movie that I could get into where I was like
Did you
follow
make it to
someone.
Margot Robbie?
Yeah. But it just, and again, like, but I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't find an angle to get into any of the characters to even love to hate them. I just,
Yeah,
and like I said, I love like Leonardo DiCaprio just doesn't miss most of the time, and the rest of the cast was crazy. It was stacked,
it was
but
stacked. It was
yeah,
stacked.
I just couldn't get into it. So yeah, I think I'm with you. Out of the three that I just mentioned, Oppenheimer, I'm looking forward to,
Yeah,
and then obviously Mission Impossible, and
can't
I
wait.
and I think I could be off on this, but I think that there's a movie with Denzel Washington's son that's coming out, and what's up?
Oh, nothing. No, I was just turning down my AC.
Oh,
My 2-ton mini split is getting
I
too
know.
cold.
Oh, I see. But I think there's a movie coming out with him that is about AI,
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, if you haven't seen the trailer, I recommend it. I can look it up.
Yeah.
But I think it comes out this summer, and if it does come out this summer,
The
it's
creator
pretty.
is it
That's it.
Chris?
Yeah, the creator. Yeah, if you
Okay.
haven't watched that trailer, go watch that trailer. I'm that's the other. If it comes out this summer, that's the other thing I'm excited about is that movie. So
Yeah.
basically, Mission Impossible, the creator, poster looks cool. Yeah, the trailer looks amazing.
I haven't seen that trailer. I think I'm gonna watch it.
Did you watch Dune, by the way, the first one?
I did. I enjoyed Dune.
So what do you think about the trailer just dropped?
Yeah, yeah.
A couple
I'm
days
on
ago?
board. I'm on board.
Yeah.
That talk about a stack cast right there. That was
Oh my
man,
goodness,
dude.
yeah, 100%. That
So,
first the first movie, it was just like a who's who. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yep.
like yeah, and everybody did. I mean, it was really well crafted, really well done. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
No,
So,
you're good. I like to zoom in, zoom out. I need
yeah, that's it's my iPad. I don't know why it does that, but I think it's called Center Stage, so it tries to keep track of me if I move. Yeah. So
I love it.
yeah, there it goes.
But yeah. I'm still planning. I know I've been saying it, but I still want to see fucking. It's called The Flash, but I call it Batman. I want to go see Batman.
Yeah, Batman 2.5.
Yeah. So
Since they never
the
made the
next
third
next date they were trying to do this is tomorrow. Actually, we're trying to get it in there. I might
Did you
go.
see Spider Verse?
No, I suck.
Oh!
Dude, here's a problem. This is how much I'm loved. My whole family, other than the little one, has seen Spider Verse, has seen Galaxies of the Guardians of the Galaxies, and I'm like, fuck you guys. This is some bullshit. I'm the one with the goddamn podcast, and you guys are going to see this shit without me. Fuck.
You just got to do like a day right after work. You'd be like, you know what? Stop and get my favorite food. Going right to the movie theater,
Yeah.
watching it. Catch you guys later. And then
Yes,
just,
I said that in my head. I'm gonna do that. The problem is that there's something inside me that says, no, you need to go see your son. And your son
You're
misses
all-
you.
pack of cigarettes. Pack of
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Yeah, I totally feel bad leaving because my little shit he's an animal. He's getting to the stages of terrible twos, and I'm trying to fix him. And then he's a complete mamitis. He's a mama's boy, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's to the point. This is just 100% true story. So when we're trying to put him to sleep, I put him to sleep now because his mom puts him to sleep. No comment. I'll let you judge. Okay. I'll let you judge. So his mom puts him to sleep. He's fucking playing around, crying or whatever. He's not going to sleep. So then she walks out and he's just fucking losing his shit. I shit you not. I walk in the door. As soon as I open the door, he sees me and dives to his pillow. Boom. And lays down. I don't even say anything. I just walk in there. And he's looking at me doing side eye. As soon as I walk, that's it. He's done. He just lays there the rest of the night. And she goes, how the hell you do that? And I'm like, you don't want to know. Just know I had to do it once. That's it.
That's right. Kumate.
So I'm
Kumate.
trying to get him out of some bad habits, but then now like you said earlier, offline, yeah, he's starting to be more aware, and his intelligence is growing. So now he's already knowing who to go to, and or he'll do something that he knows he's not supposed to do, and look at me as he's doing it and stop. I'm like, dude, come on, man. I don't want to punch in the face, but but I'm just kidding. I don't punch my kid in the face. Uh, maybe.
let me ask you a question because not all of my kids did this, but
Uh-huh.
3 of them did this. Does your dude go off somewhere and hide
To
when he
take a
goes-
shit.
Yeah, when he poops.
Yes.
Okay.
What is that? He just started
Okay.
that. He just
Okay.
started that. Like
That-
he'll be playing just like that. He'll look, and then he'll go hide behind the couch, and then you just hear him. "Ugh." I'm like, what the fuck?
Yep.
What is that?
Yep.
My daughters never did that. Like, I don't.
Okay. Well, I got 7 kiddos, and
Yeah.
out of like 4 of them didn't do that, but 3 of them did.
That's crazy.
And I think it's the most fascinating thing. Like one of them had a spot. It was always under my bed, so I'd see the feet hanging out, and I'd be like, "Are you going poopy?" And they'd be like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "All right, let me know when you're done." And then, but like every single one has a different hiding spot and a different
Yep.
method. So my 3-year-old, she'll like run over to the door that leads out into the backyard. We have these long drapes or whatever, and
Yeah.
then she'll like just hide in there, and I'm like, so I look around, I'm like, anybody seen Cora? And they're like, no. I'm like, oh, I know where she is. I know what she's doing. And
Jeez, what
yeah,
is that? That's so crazy.
it's an interesting thing to go hide. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, they want the privacy. I mean,
Yeah, like who wants to be? Yeah, but I thought it was so funny, man. And then my other 4 kids, they're like, I don't care. Like it does not matter who's around me. I'm about to go right now and then
Yeah.
change me. I was like,
Yeah, so
okay.
yeah, he was doing that. He was doing that for the longest, like just going whenever he needed to go. And I want to say this last week or 2, maybe 2 weeks, he'll just go run and hide behind the couch. That's his spot, behind the couch.
That's part of that awareness. That's part of
Yeah.
that awareness.
Yeah.
That's that meme.
Yeah, he's something else, man. So and I love the little dude. And so that's part of why because I do want to just after work, like fuck it, I'm just gonna go. But that's I kind of want to see him, and
Yeah.
and then I get home, and he's just an animal. I'm like, why didn't I just go to the movies? So
No, all
yeah.
jokes aside, it's the best, dude.
It
It's
is.
awesome when
It
they
is.
like hang on you, when they play fight with
it's
you.
so
and-
awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's rad. It's hard to
Um,
explain to anybody, but anybody else who doesn't have kids, but
Yeah,
it's pretty
yeah.
dope.
I mean, weirdo.
He's all fuck y'all.
Or, yeah. Or should I say the smart one? No, I don't know. I'm just kidding. But yes, let's see.
About what?
Talk about quantum mechanics. Yes, you can borrow my little one anytime you want. Please. I'm just saying. Just give yourself a week. He'll have a spot behind your couch too.
Are you pooping again? Pooping. We have litter boxes.
I love
Nice.
it. I love it.
Nice.
But yeah, so that's the plan tomorrow. Is to go see. Just because I've been wanting to see it, I'm just gonna go see it by myself. My ankle's good enough. For those who are listening, I can't even just regularly walk right. I rolled my ankle pretty bad. It's actually black and blue. It's still swollen.
Wow.
It's so crazy.
Do you have to wrap it every time you walk? Do you have to?
Yes. I've had weak ankles, so between my weight, but this all started actually when I was a teenager in martial arts, when I was in karate. I used to not like to wear the shin guards, and whenever I used to kick, I don't know what I did, but I screwed up both of my ankles. So now throughout the day. If I don't have my boots real tight, I need to wear boots for one, and then if I don't have them tight, I will roll my ankle just for no reason, and that happened at work. And yeah, I've been struggling. I went to work 2 days after that, and I had to call off the last. I just couldn't do it because of the standing, and if I needed to do something, which sometimes you have to do shit, I couldn't do it. So it's like I'm useless.
It's
So,
a it's a pain in the ass,
yeah.
and I don't know if you are interested in it, but
Mhm.
if you are, there's a guy that I follow on Instagram called Knees Over Toes,
Uh-huh.
and that his entire thing, and he has YouTube videos, is all about getting all of the parts of you that are the most vulnerable, basically your joints, your knees, your ankles, your elbows, like everything that tends to break down on people.
Yep.
He's developed these exercises that are no bullshit. Like I during the pandemic I became a runner, and I hated running. Like running was not my thing. You lost. And I started following this guy because I was getting shin splints, and you know what a shin
Yes.
splint is,
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
anyway, this dude had a very simple, no weight, like it's a body weight exercise thing that he's like, do this before you go on a run. In fact, do this every day for like 2 minutes, and then when you go on runs, you'll never have that problem again, the shin splint problem. Dude, guy was 100%. My son,
Yeah.
who is a runner and was a runner his entire career in high school, we both started doing it, and then my 16-year-old, she's a runner also. She started doing it, completely fixed everything. And so
Really.
he's got a bunch of different methods. And what it is rather than going into some insane thing that's going to put you down for a couple days, because of lactic acid and overwork.
Right.
Instead, it's like very mundane things that you're like, really, this is going to help me out. But
Really.
what happens is you walk every day, you sit, you do all these repetitive movements every day. So what your body does is it's gotten you, like the muscles that you use for that, those muscles have gotten used to that, so they're strengthened for that. So anytime you do anything that is outside of the norm, then you activate these atrophied muscles that normally don't work because they don't have to, because you have a routine that you go by every day. So what he does basically is he's forcing you to activate these atrophied muscles, and then they start getting stronger, and all of a sudden it supports your overall frame. So I would check him out
Send
if
me the
you're.
link.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. The guy,
Yeah.
and all the little the videos are pretty quick. Like he gets to it real fast. So he's like, 5-10 minute video. Here's how you do this exercise. Do this every day, and it's not something that'll make you sore. It's not something that'll put you down. Like keep you out of commission. It's
Yeah.
literally something that you can do, like having like the way that you would have breakfast, or the way that you would walk
Okay.
to your mailbox or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. The
I've
guy's
definitely been more active. Between this, the studio, the grass, and now my
oh
pool.
yeah.
I'm a pool guy now. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that after our break. But that's my new project that I just took on, and I've had nothing but success. But yeah, man, I've been a lot more active, and then with riding a bike to work. So whenever I can, I definitely need something because my body feels it every day.
All right, producer Chris is giving us the red
Yes,
light.
we got a minute left, so we're gonna. All right, and thank you for that sponsor from Hims. All right, well, it is to take care of a pool.
Senor Gray, you've been getting taken. Let me tell
Yeah,
you. Let me
yeah,
let me
yeah,
show
and
you.
let me show you. And so he showed me, and he's like, "This is all you need to do. Look, I'll do it for you, no problem, no problem." Like, so then I immediately fired this company. I'm like, "Nope, hey, I would not be taking your services anymore." And I told this guy, "Yeah, you can start next week." Blah blah blah. So that's 4 days he had of not being there, and me knowing what I know now because he taught me, I'm like, fuck it. All right, let me hop on YouTube and let me figure some shit out. I went to Leslie's pool. I will say them because they're. I went in there and they were very awesome. They're very awesome people. They
Shout out
don't
to
wanna
Leslie's pool.
yeah, they don't wanna upsell you nothing. I went in there with my
Oh,
fucking
that's the best.
yeah. I went in there with my filter. This is like a $100, $200 filter. It's like I need a new one of these according to YouTube. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's start with this $7 pod right here. $7. You're gonna soak that thing, and then we're gonna go from there. I'm like, cool. Work like a charm, right? I'm like, holy shit. So I'm YouTubing. I'm doing all my research. Long story short, my water is crystal clear right now, all by myself. And I'm like,
That's what
it
I'm
took me
talking
2
about.
days
That's what
without
I'm
no
talking about.
robots, without anything. I just fucking grabbed the fucking vacuum and I cleaned out the damn filter properly and I learned my filter actually. And there was a leak on the pump. And I did a YouTube video on that one, and I'm like, dude, this is what I used to do in the Navy. I know this fucking pump. I could do this shit myself. So, kind of a dick move, but I told the guy that I was gonna hire for it. Very inexpensive. I was like, you know what, dude? I know I said, but I think I got it. And so, thanks for showing me. I'll call you if I screw something up. And so I kind
Mr.
of felt bad for
Gray,
him. I kind of felt bad for him.
Mr. Gray, I'm gonna kill you.
I know, I know. I felt bad.
After the fourth,
now-
he's gonna have silver hair.
After the fourth, I'm gonna have silver hair like Cisco and bleach eyebrows. So we got all right. So we got in it today, and we spent about
I know.
4 we spent about 4 hours in there. So how do I look? Still got all my hair.
Yeah, yeah, looking good.
And the water's still fantastic. And then the Leslies, they'll like you just take a cup of water to them, and they'll test your water for you and tell you exactly what you need to do to it. It's like, so shout out to them for sure. They definitely. I went to that store 3 times, and each time they were like, "You're not spending that much money." Later on in wintertime, yeah, you might need to spend for a whole new system. But for right now, dude, no. Just this is what you need to do. So
Dude,
and I
that
did
is
it.
awesome.
yes,
That is awesome.
yes. So I'm a pool guy now. I was doing it with my shirt off, and my wife he was like, "No, put your shirt back on." But it's cool. Bro.
I thought I was gonna hear paka paka pow.
Nope. No, she's like, wow. we
She's
have
like,
neighbors.
"Hello, sailor."
Yeah. I'll pay you to not wear the shorts. Yeah, yeah. You need to go ahead and put more clothes on. Thank you. Like, fuck you then. But yeah, man. So I was very proud of that one. I think I'm just gonna, unless it's an electrical issue, I think I'm just gonna fucking fix my entire house from now on. That's it. No more paying anybody to do anything.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
you've installed a studio.
yeah, yeah.
You friggin' put a new lawn in. You fix your own pool. Like, what can't you
Yeah.
do? What can't you do,
Oh, I'm sure we'll figure it out.
dude?
So as far as the studio, the studio's falling apart, kinda.
Is that the heat?
It's the heat and
Yeah.
it's melting this cotton. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's like it's cold in here, but the sun beating down right on it. All this every time I come in, I gotta re-stick it up because it's just hanging down. I'm like, jeez. So that's gonna be a fix in the winter. I gotta figure out a problem solver for that one. But
I just keep imagining the city of like that you live in, Yuma. They look at the electrical like what's pulling so much and like
yeah.
what the fuck is
What the
taking
fuck is
this
going
much
on?
power? And that 2-ton mini split is like just going.
Very energy efficient. Okay. It's the other 2 AC units I have that's running the house that's killing my wattage. This thing is awesome. I think I need to put these throughout the house.
Dude, I need one in my garage / studio because
Yes.
like right now I have the door open and I have a fan pushing air through,
Yeah.
And I was thinking like, man, I need a 2-ton mini split in my life because
Do it. Oh, you need one? Hey,
it gets
talk to your
ridiculous.
boy. Talk to your boy. All right? I got you. All right. I know a
Okay.
guy that knows a guy.
Nice.
one.
Okay.
I'll get one
Hell
sent
yeah.
to you ASAP.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me know what the charge is because that'd be cool, man. Like,
Yeah.
crazy.
I'll come out there and install it for you too.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm always cold.
I'm always cold.
Dude,
Yeah.
Chris's house. I mean, you've been there.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
perfect temperature.
Yeah.
I I probably sleep at his house better than I do in my own.
The temperature, man.
Yeah, the temperature's the bed's perfect. The temperature's perfect. The
Yeah.
ambiance in the room is perfect. Like
Yep.
I love.
It's
love it.
super nice, dude. It's super nice.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Seriously, it's
I think
awesome.
there was like some kind of study where you're supposed to keep the degrees like at 68 or something like that.
They've proven it helps you sleep better.
It helps you sleep better. Yeah.
I wear a parka in the summer. Mr.
Yeah.
Freeze.
Yeah, it's very nice. I have a plan to get a little so I have a couch back here, but it doesn't come out into a bed, and I'm gonna buy one off of Amazon. And then once that gets here, once I buy it and it gets here, I will sleep in the studio for the first time.
You're crazy. That's awesome.
Yes, and I can't wait to do it. And
That's
hopefully
rad.
the wifey joins me. If not, it's fine. I can take myself too.
Well, you got Amazon Day or whatever is next week.
Okay.
So they're dropping a bunch of deals on that day.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think the 11th and 12th or something like that. Like we went camping. I think I sent you guys pictures of
Yeah.
when we were
Yeah.
camping. So there was like a ton of snow up there, and it rained almost every night. And our janky ass tent that we had is well past its due date. So it literally rained on us one night. Luckily, the next day there was enough sunlight that we were able to dry everything out. But I told my wife once we got home, getting a whole new setup, like all new camping stuff. Like we're not going through this again because
Yeah.
next year we're camping in Zion over in Utah,
All right.
and I'm not interested in getting hit by weather again. So
Oh, camping. That brings back memories. Screw that shit up.
As
Leave
your
your
tent had
kid
a
at the
top.
top. Oh, God damn it. Yeah.
It had
You
two
got me.
tops. We had to put a tarp on top of the top that we had
Just rub
because
it
we
in.
found out that the top had little holes in it. That's why it was leaking water through. So luckily we brought this tarp that we were using under the tent,
Yeah.
and we pulled that sucker out, flipped it, put it up on top, and then locked it down. But yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts.
Rub it in, why don't you?
Yeah. Did he just wake up?
Yeah.
You got the monitor?
Yeah, he's looking around. He'll go back to sleep. All right. Yeah, he's good. All right. Yeah, we're good. Little ghosts. That's the shit like the teenagers are probably doing to him.
Good. I turned it up.
I turned it off because it's low battery and it's gonna keep beeping. That's why I turned it off. But I waited till he laid back down. Okay. He laid back down. He's good.
You're on your own, kid.
My teenagers are up there. They can hear him.
That's right.
I'm gonna send him a
That's right.
text right now. Yeah. Go to Chicago, motherfucker. Fend for yourself. Don't wear black, blue, red, gold.
Oh man.
Yeah. For sure. Let's see. So we really don't. We were not gonna deep dive into it because no, it's not our area. You and I, Alex, we're probably gonna deep dive into this later. But this is gaming news. A couple weeks ago, I don't know if you guys know Nick Merckx. Do you guys know who that is? He's a streamer.
I don't know.
On
Okay.
Twitch and a whole bunch of other platforms. He's very popular. I mean, he pulls in views, okay, and he's in the top of the tier of the streamers, and to the point where like his one of his buddies actually has a whole Call of Duty Warzone skin. That's how popular he is.
Wow.
Um, and he put out a tweet that
Uh
did not
oh.
go so well.
Uh oh.
Um, he said in his tweet, "They should leave little children alone." That's all he put. Now I know we don't really talk about any of this shit, because that's not. But it is gaming news. He's a gamer, and that's all he put. Because in referring to this this movement that's going on with the alphabet people, and so uh, that's all he put. And he was canceled for it, completely canceled. They took his contract off of Call of Duty and suspended his account. I'm like, what the hell is this? Now it's affecting the gaming community. Like this is out of control. So that's some news that I thought was interesting. I would love to deep dive in it a lot more, but we will wait until another time for that. But what are your thoughts, Alex?
Yeah, it would. It would I mean, there's a lot I could say about this. There's a lot
I
that I feel
figured.
about this, but
Yeah.
here's uh, no diplomacy, uh, uh, not and not avoiding the issue. Here's what I would say: is anything that adults do with other adults for other adults, I'm down.
Yeah.
So when it's an adult thing and an
Mhm.
adult situation,
Mhm.
please. I'm a
Yeah.
libertarian. I'm very libertarian, you know. So when people are talking about children and they're talking about protecting children,
Yeah. That should
uh,
not be that should not be an issue.
it shouldn't be controversial. And so
Right.
the only time it should be controversial is only if whoever is expressing this is expressing it in some way that is so ambiguous that now you're left to figure out, like, what does this person actually mean with
Right.
this.
Right. Right.
um,
Right.
so I would I I talk about it sometimes on my podcast, but I'm a Christian. I go to church every Sunday. I went to church
Right.
this Sunday. I
Right.
have no problem telling you that the Catholic Church has a lot of issues, and has had a lot of issues for many, many years pertaining to children. And
Right.
other Christian denominations also have that on their hands as well.
Mhm.
So if I'm comfortable enough to call that out, I'm pretty much comfortable enough to call anybody or anything out that where children could be hurt, in the process. I
Yes.
think that shouldn't be controversial. Now,
Yeah.
with this particular fella, I'm also going to say I can't really speak
Right.
fully because I'm not informed enough to
That
really
is a fair.
understand.
That is fair. That is
You
fair to
know,
say. You're totally
yeah,
right. I
I
pretty
don't.
much gave you a synopsis of what happened, but I mean,
Yeah,
essentially that's what happened. It was
yeah.
nothing. It was nothing negative or nothing like that. It was pretty much,
It
hey
it
man,
seemed
do
pretty.
what you
Yeah,
do,
yeah,
but like they should
yeah.
leave kids alone. And I'm like,
Now,
well, what's wrong with that?
what I will say that when you look into this issue more deeply,
Hmm.
you find out that there's a lot of like people in the background that are uh you know what ESG is, right?
No.
So that's a score that just popped up during the pandemic, popped
Uh
up a
huh.
couple of years ago. And so what happened was, and on the surface it sounded great. It's like, hey, you know what, we're BlackRock, we're Vanguard, we loan money out to uh, basically every company on the planet. Like, they have their fingers in every pie for every single business on the planet. And so what they said was, hey, listen, and there's a third one. I just can't remember the name of the third one, but there's three major lenders in the world and they lend to everybody.
Uh
And
huh.
so they said, hey, we want to make sure that people are being treated fairly within these companies. So, you know, like it is lopsided right now that you have, you know, 10 executives and they're all Caucasian, and you have one executive along with them, and that person's black or Asian or something else. Like, that seems a little lopsided. Can we fix this? So that's the way all that started out. Was, we will lend to you, but we have this score and this metric that we want to make sure companies hit. And so for some companies like Starbucks, it was no problem. Like, Starbucks has been about it forever. So when I was a manager at Starbucks, I had, I don't know, I had like 15, 16 people working under me, and they were everything that you could imagine. You know, different cultures, different sexual preferences, different everything. So for someone like Starbucks, it was like, yeah, not a big deal. For other companies, it was, let's get on board with this really quick because we want a good score. So that's the other thing that happened is every year these companies would get evaluated by these companies that lend to them. And then if they hit their metrics, then these companies said, the lender companies would go, yeah, we can definitely give you money for another project to expand your business, whatever. But the double-edged sword of that was, if you're not falling in line with what they want, then all of a sudden there wasn't any money to loan you anymore. So a lot of companies went a little bit too extreme. They jumped into the deep end of the pool, and they didn't do it slowly.
Right.
And so I think what you're seeing now from, what's the company that was it, Twitch, or was it?
It was actually the Call of Duty Activision.
Okay, so what you're seeing now, I think, is Activision overreacting in such a giant way, and not sitting down with this person, talking it through, with getting their point of view, and then coming to some kind of conclusion. Instead, they are dictated, knee jerk, and they're dictated by the tiny minority group that's online that has a giant voice.
Yep.
Like, Activision believes they're catering to them, but they're not catering to them. Just the same way that, again, talked about this a little bit on my pod, and you can stop me whenever you want if I'm talking too much. But Disney's lost $900 million just this year alone. Yeah. Not in a full year, 12 months. I'm talking about from January until now. Disney has lost $900 million, and they've lost $900 million in sales with their media stuff, because they're one of these companies that has overcorrected and overreacted to what these lenders want. So they're not listening to the fans, they're not listening to the base, they're not, and they've also cut a lot of corners as well, you know. Yeah, seriously. But anyway, it's an interesting time for a lot of companies. And
it is. It's very interesting.
And I think
I'm paying attention a lot to it.
I think, or at least I hope, that this guy will be able to find his way back. And also I hope that with enough loss of revenue, that these companies will course correct. Yeah. Because you can't keep losing money forever. Like, eventually something's got to
give.
Yeah, something's got to give.
Yeah. And, I found it very interesting because, I mean, this whole thing started with me, producer Chris, and Twitch and gaming and playing Call of Duty of all things. And this guy who was a Call of Duty professional, who was a streaming professional, I was just like, holy shit, they really hung him out to dry in like 2.5 seconds. They were just like, nope. It's like, wow, that's a little extreme.
Well, I think what's interesting with somebody like him too, though, is he hasn't technically lost his audience.
Right.
He's lost one door for this one particular thing. But if that guy, and I'm sure he will, just decide to go, you know what, I'm going over here and I'm going to do this over on this side. I mean, at least 75% of that audience is going to follow him over. So he's going to be just fine.
He's going to be fine.
But it's pretty wild that Activision, like, part of their business model that they've put themselves into is that people like him are now the lifeblood for them.
Mm-hmm.
So you're really shooting yourself in the face when you're willing to take out the people that have made your platform really big.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
it, it's an interesting phenomenon that I think I'm seeing.
It's
Not just
yeah.
oh, go
You're
ahead,
seeing
go
yeah
ahead.
no you're seeing it everywhere. Yeah, you're seeing it. It's happening more and more, and I find it like it's fascinating, but at the same time, it's like holy shit, what the fuck is going on? What is
Yeah,
happening right now? And I don't
there's
know.
an
It's so much to talk about, and so much content out there to talk about it.
it's
And
yeah, it's
and they're
wild.
pretty much the world we live in today. It's giving us content to talk about, and it's
Oh,
such a sensitive matter that we can't like. Oh, it's I don't know.
I'll
It's
I'll
weird.
I'll
It's
tell
a
you
weird world we live in.
I'll tell you, there's an uncontroversial artist that I follow and love named Loesch, and
Yeah.
um, she has a Patreon, and that's where I follow her. I subscribe to her Patreon.
Uh huh.
She used to do artwork for a variety of companies, video game companies. She stopped because she's making more money just doing her Patreon full time and catering to us than she was when she was doing freelance work for a bunch of different companies. And
Yeah.
she was doing game development and all these other things. But she's got, I think she's about to hit 11,000 patrons on Patreon.
Damn,
So
dude.
11,000 Patreon patrons at $5 a pop
A month.
is a month is
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
joke. And
Yeah.
she
You're
just
winning.
she just opened up another tier. She's got a $10 one where she gives I mean she already the $5 one, I mean, we get a lot. That $10 one gives you even more. She is killing it. And I think she's a model of what you're going to see moving forward. Like the current strike that's happening with the
Yeah.
writer's strike that's happening
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
I have a buddy who's in the industry, so he's in the Hollywood machine, and we were going back and forth and we were talking about it. And so basically, what's happening with Hollywood is they're running the clock out
Okay.
on the writers. So
Okay.
they're making this longer and longer and longer, and they're going to get to a certain spot, which I think is this month, where all those contracts end, and then the studios can renegotiate
Renegotiate
starting
everything. Yeah.
fresh. Like
Wow.
everybody's first look deals, everything is gone. It's done with,
Jeez.
and then they start fresh. And I was talking to my buddy about that, and I was telling him, what's the incentive for all of the good writers and all of the good producers and directors, and what's the incentive for them to go back to the studios where now you can literally make a Hollywood quality looking movie on a fucking iPhone?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you can hire your own production team. Like those veterans are still out there, they haven't left.
Mhm.
Like with a good writer and with Chat GPT together, you can cut your time in half to bang out your script, and you can put something out for 2 mil. Let's say you self-produce it and you put something out for 2 million and you put it on YouTube, and you get a bunch of hits just because you bring a little bit of name recognition to it, and you end up getting, I don't know, let's say 10 million views.
Yep.
Like you recoup all your money back and so much more.
Mhm.
And I think what is going to happen with a lot of like with music streaming, with movies, with like you're just going to start seeing talent go, you know what? I could just go directly to the people and have them come directly to me,
Yep.
and you'll start seeing smaller projects, but I think you'll start seeing people become even more successful over time. I don't think Hollywood will ever go away. I don't think that music streaming will ever go away. None of
Right.
that will ever go away. I think it'll become less and less and less and less relevant because the pie it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and more people are willing to follow the individual rather than the studio.
Yep.
When I say movie star, who comes to mind?
Movie star.
Yeah, when I say movie star, who comes to mind? Who's the first person that comes to mind?
Oh. Oh, you mean like a movie star?
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves, Tom Cruise.
That's it. I mean, You literally your list, your movie star list, is like 5 people.
Yeah.
It just ends right there. You don't
Yeah,
you
Arnold.
don't yeah you don't think about movie stars,
Yeah.
in the same way that like we used to have
Oh yeah.
legitimate, mysterious movie stars. That just doesn't happen anymore. Now it's more like everything is becoming a niche.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow, it's well put.
So,
Well put. Yeah, it's interesting times, and I definitely want to dive deep into a few subjects. So I will be joining your podcast, and
all right.
probably getting myself in trouble, but it's cool. I think it'd
Happy
be
to
fun.
do it.
I think
Happy
it'd
to
be
do it.
interesting and fun.
100%.
But yeah. So what's up, producer Chris? How did we do it? Are we good? Are we within lines right now?
Yeah, I think we got 5 minutes left, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So, Robot Chris is, I think, is typing something
Yeah,
up.
he's typing up right now. I wanted to make
Robo
sure
Chris.
you don't have to cut anything. I think we did. I think we did good.
I did the most punk rock thing a few years ago.
And opted out.
I
You opted
don't
out.
know.
Opted out of what?
Social
Ah,
media.
yeah.
yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
you did tell me that. Yeah, like I think the only social media you have is like what we have to, that. Other than that, yeah, which is super smart to be honest. I do. I keep social media just to stay in. The fear of missing
social
out.
media. Social media is just marketing. That's really
Yes.
all it is. It's not. It's not. If you have
It's my
social
news
media,
now.
but you don't have anything to really sell,
Yeah.
like there's no reason to have it.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time for 99% of the people, that engage in it, because everybody just gets pissed off. That's it.
So the person you follow, so they have 11,000 on Patreon at $5 a
It's
pop.
harder for people to be so aggressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can do the math for you.
No. You just inspired me, so I need to stop, advertising my free OnlyFans and start asking for $1 or $2.
That's right.
Okay, I think we're good. I'll start that now. I got to get my feet fixed up.
You joke, but yeah, she's making a hefty amount a
Yeah,
month.
that's
It's
awesome.
wild.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
We will too soon, guys. All right.
That's right, baby. That's right.
It's coming. It's coming. Still ironing out some shit, but it's coming.
Eventually, Grayzee pool, Grayzee lawn care,
For real.
Grayzee mini 2-ton installment.
I'm with it, man. I'm with it. I love this.
That's awesome.
But yes, this has been awesome. Thank you again for coming through.
Man, always going to be curious case of Natalia Grace. I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is either.
But I know the Max.
On Max.
On Max. Oh, okay. Okay.
That's our homework.
I
Speaking
think
of
it's
homework,
a recommendation. Insane.
before we go.
Oh, that's
Producer
right.
Chris.
It's that doc. It's that documentary.
Oh,
Yeah.
Before we go, producer Chris, I started watching the wrestling you sent me. You told me to watch. I got 10 minutes in, but then I was watching it as I was laying down, and then I fell asleep. And I didn't watch it, so I'm gonna watch it tonight. I know I suck, but I'm gonna watch the rest of it tonight. I got 10 minutes in,
Nice.
so I'm gonna do that right now. Actually, Natalia Grace, we're watching that
I'll check it out
on Max. Copy.
on my list.
Speedy recovery to producer Chris, Alex and Negas. Thank you. Please follow, like, share, listen to A the Spaniard. And,
Thank you guys so much.
yes.
Love being with you guys. Love seeing you. Producer Chris. Doppelganger producer Chris. Love
Yes.
you too.
Yes, I don't know who this guy is. Love you guys. All right, it's a crazy world. We're just living in it.